Well, thanks once again for watching another video where I give you a main point, a question to ponder, and a baby step that you can take, all designed to help you to become more generous, or as Paul likes to say, to excel in the grace of giving. So today's main point is simply this: God doesn't ask you for everything. And today I want to share with you a passage of Scripture, one story you probably are really familiar with and you've heard it before. But I want to give it to you in the context because it happens right before the chapter breaks. And the Bible didn't come with chapters and verses printed in it. That's something that we did later. But this was all part of one story. And I want to connect these two to you and hopefully give you a little new twist on this. So we're going to pick it up in Luke chapter 20, verse 45. While all the people were listening, Jesus said to his disciples, "Beware of the teachers of the law. They like to walk around in flowing robes and love to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces and have the most important seats in the synagogue and the places of honor at banquets. They devour widows' houses and for a show make lengthy prayers. These men will be punished most severely." As Jesus looked up, so he just finished saying this, he looks up and he saw the rich putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw a poor widow put in 2 very small copper coins. "Truly, I tell you," he said, "this poor widow has put in more than all of the others. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she, out of the poverty, put in all she had to live on." Now, as I was growing up, I heard this story, and I was taught this story as an example of what a great, generous person this widow is. It wasn't until recently when I put the whole context together and began to think about this passage differently, because Jesus never commended the widow for giving everything she had. In fact, I think Jesus was using this as an example of what he just said, that they devour widows' houses. How do they devour a widow's house? Well, they set up a system by which everybody felt they had to give something, and they had to give as much as they can. And so this widow comes up, and this is all she has to live on, and she feels obligated to throw that into the temple treasury. We don't know about her heart, why she did that. Jesus doesn't tell us. And so we're left to think and dream about what this might be. But I'm mindful that God doesn't ask us to give everything. And so if that's true, give what God has asked of you, not what others have asked of you. So let me just ask you this question and ask you to ponder this one a little bit. What barriers are getting in the way of you supporting the church and to become more generous? I know there are a lot of things that get in the way, and maybe you grew up in an environment where you were forced to give, or you were made to feel guilty if you didn't give. Or maybe it's just somebody else has lied to you along the way that you're just not giving enough. So whatever it is, wrestle with that question a little bit. What has caused that in my heart? And here's a baby step I want you to take. Get a copy of the church budget. Now, we don't have a ton of people attending our voters meeting when we give out the budget, but I hope this next year, or even right now, you can just email us at connect@stjohnmansfield.org and ask for a copy of the budget and look through a budget and sort of see what we spend our money on. Boy, we really try to be frugal, and we try to be really good stewards of all the resources that God has given to us. Because I always think about some of the people that are giving so sacrificially that I want to be good at how we spend every single dollar that comes into St. John. So get a copy of the budget and attend our next voters meeting. That'll be coming up in July. And so encourage you to come and attend that. But I also want to give you this challenge. Read 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 3 through 10. Paul has a great section in there too, just encouraging young pastor Timothy on how to encourage their people to become more generous. So I look forward to sharing with you another lesson next week.